There's literally a section of the Dungeon Master's Guide for 5th edition that no DMs talk about. Not Brennan Lee Mulligan, not Matt Mercer, not Matt Koval. None of them talk about it. I don't actually understand. Today we're gonna talk about it, because I think it's really cool. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Garmin. This is the Storycraft Society, and this week we're going to be coming at you with another DM trick tip. So this is all talking about a section of the DMG, like I said in the intro, that I never hear any DMs talking about. And it is such a cool and interesting section that I guess I'm just not sure why no one is really talking about it. But before we dive into that, the one thing that I will say is this is going to be a little bit shorter of a video than I normally make, which is okay. But the whole reason is because this month I've been like actually rip my hair out crazy busy with my other job, which is being a music producer, engineer, lyric editor. That's my day job. And like I said, this month has been just absolutely crazy busy. She won't be home till late afternoon, so I'm working out in silence with the Baja Blast, while the wolf snores up on the couch and dreams of squirrels to catch. And so for all of the subscribers out there that are really excited about crafting, those videos are definitely coming, but I just ask that you bear with me for the next few weeks because crafting takes so much time. And unfortunately, when my job is taking up most of my time during the week, I just don't have time to get to the crafting stuff. Although one little teaser, I did just buy this for $3.99 from my local Ross, and I'm definitely gonna be making something out of this very soon. Probably won't be next week, but it certainly could be the week after that, or maybe the week after that. But I promise crafting is coming. Let's talk about some Dungeon Master stuff. So the section of the DMG that I'm talking about comes into part 2, chapter 7, and it's this other little tab called Other Rewards. Now inside of this section, before you get there, there is types of treasure, random treasure, magic items, sentient magic items, artifacts, and all these are things that I hear a lot of people talking about. But the Other Rewards section is the one that gets literally no love, and I don't understand why. So I'm gonna hop to page 227 right now, and there's gonna be a couple of things that show up. Under Other Rewards, the first thing is gonna be supernatural gifts. Now that's gonna be blessings that could come from a deity, or charms, which a very eccentric wizard could kind of pick that up somehow. And these blessings and charms, I guess blessings you can think of as a holy gift, but charms are like something that you would get from a really powerful creature like a sphinx that isn't necessarily holy but bestows a gift upon one of the players. Just as a quick little like run over, you could get a blessing of health, which just permanently increases your constitution score. It could be a blessing of protection, which just permanently gives you a bonus to saving throws and armor class. It could be a charm of feather falling, which just always gives you the benefit of a ring of feather falling. This says for 10 days, but I mean, it could be literally for any amount of time. The chapter also talks about marks of prestige, which are things like medals, parcels of land, special favors, letters of recommendation. I think those are a little bit more common in D&D games that I've experienced, where, you know, you do a favor for a noble and they deed you off a portion of their land. Then it continues on into the Epic Boons section, and the Epic Boons is the last thing that I'm going to touch on before I'll tell you how I apply this stuff into my game. The DMG suggests that with Epic Boons, you should give one to a character for every 30,000 XP that they earn above 355,000 XP. I don't know how necessarily useful that is, because you can share your experience in the comments below, but in my experience, games do not run until we are getting to that high of a level. But you can still take these epic boons and you can give them to particular characters that really do something to earn it. Not just character levels, but then they get these amazing awesome superpowers on top of them. That could be something like a Boon of Fate. When another creature that you can see within 60 feet makes an ability check, an attack roll, or saving throw, you can just add a D10 to it. You can make it as a bonus, or you could also make it as a penalty. And then of course, once you use that boon, you can't use it again until you finish a short rest. But there's also things like Boon of Perilous Aim. You just bang, give yourself a plus 20 to a ranged attack roll. And all of these things, there's some really, really powerful ones, but all of these are really cool benefits that you could give to your players in a way that would then allow them to feel more powerful and gifted for some really cool moment that happens in the story. So then the question that you should be having is, how do I take this stuff and apply it tangibly that I could give it to a level 2 player character that they would get to still feel special, but then I'm not overpowering the game? And the simple answer for that is I close this and I go to my concept of story awards. Story awards are just very simply put a small award that either the whole party or individual characters in my party get for doing something cool. Historically speaking, one of my favorite ones that I've ever given, there was a big nobles ball that happened in a town and all of the characters didn't know how to dance. So they went off and they hired a nobles dancing teacher to teach them how to dance so that they would not look silly while they were dancing at this ball. So how did I deal with that? Well, as soon as they completed their dancing instruction, each character that was part of the dancing instruction got a story award that gave them advantage on all performance checks made to dance. I don't know about you, but giving someone advantage on performance checks to dance is not going to break your game, not at level 1, not at level 20, but it is, again, a cool reward that the characters get for doing something in game that was very flavorful and interesting and wasn't beating goblins up or whatever they're fighting. In these examples, one is called Free Pies, Free Beds, Orcish Gratitude. And my players got that one because they decided to save the inn in Yernden from a bunch of spiders that had attacked it. The owner was so grateful that he said for life, as long as he owns that establishment, this group of characters always will get free food and free beds while they stay there. That's not gonna break the game, but giving that tangible piece of card stock to your players can just take it up that next step, make them feel like they really did something and they have something tangible to show that they earned something for that thing that they did. The last thing that I'm gonna say is that you do not want to overdo this. This is not something that I would give my characters a charm, a boon, a mark of prestige, or a story award for every little part of the adventure that they do. I try to do it in only really high impact moments, maybe one time per level or one time per tier, because if you overdo it, then it ends up being such a huge stack of things for the players to keep track of that they forget what they have. But like I said, my one character only has 2 of these, and they are level 5 at this point. So that's not too much to manage, but again, it makes special moments special. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too terribly short, but is this a section of the DMG that you've ever looked at? Leave it in the comments below, or leave a comment below of a section of the DMG that you look at that no one else seems to look at and that you get really, really excited about. Do all the YouTube stuff, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Stay tuned for more crafting. I promise that that's coming. Share this video with a friend that you think would enjoy it. That's the #1 way that you can help out a YouTube channel that you support. But with that said, I'm gonna leave you with actually a song that I just recorded. Basically, I've been working for other people, making music for so long that I rarely make anything of my own music. I'm usually just working for others. So here's a song that I recorded at the end of last month, but if you enjoy it, let me know. Thanks, and we'll see you next week. She won't be home for lunch today. And I came downstairs to an empty couch. The hungry wolf on my tail won't mind his mouth. And it might seem like nothing, but who can call it nothing when the world's all gone away? She won't be home for lunch. afternoon. So I'm working out in silence with the Baja Blast, while the wolf snores up on the couch and dreams of squirrels to catch. And it might seem so small, but who can call it small when the world's all gone away? She won't be home for lunch. Doesn't shine, the sky loses color, the soda loses taste, it's like seltzer now. The heart loses drive, the mind loses time, the tongue loses taste. She won't be home till 5. I think she said 5. The clock said 12:07 for an hour now at least. And all I want is the subtle hum of her sitting behind me. And the wolf needs love and time to run and lots of treats. And you might call me sad, but who can call it sad when the world's gone? She won't be home for lunch today. And my world's all gone away. Be home for lunch.